driving to Anna Sarai to rekindle my appetite for history and the food in South India. As I pass St. Thomas Mount, I'm reminded of the story about how the city of Madras got its name. This version is set in 1575 when a well-renowned family named Madiros lived in Santhom. A nice piece of history to drive past. Today, Madras or Chennai? Traditional or modern? Food is one thing that has not changed. Or has it? Let's see. I'm taking a trip through the South Indian coastal trails sitting right here in Madras at the Raintree Hotel in Anna Sarai. A few days shy of completing a month since its opening, Madras Madura is a combination of modern and traditional, with a restaurant and lounge bar. The restaurant has a cozy ambience with a simple yet fun theme. Now, when I mean fun, I mean seriously, take a look at the menu card or even the plates and the coasters. Now, if fun and creativity spell Madras, then the menu reads more of it. The menu at Madras is created to keep things contemporary yet simple. Instead of just naming a dish, you have a line that reads the exact ingredients of the recipe. Simple, yet fun, no doubt. The eye-catching illustrations on the display plates or coasters definitely help pass time too. Now, I'm a South Indian, born and brought up in Bangalore. And over the years, I've grown to like some of the amazing flavors of the southern coastal regions. And it's probably because of the mixed blood. Well, today I've given myself the pleasure of ordering some of my favorite starters. The starters I chose were Mangalorean spiced fried ladyfish, fried to perfection, Hambang style crispy corn niblets, a good time pass snack, and black pomfret with Madras kitchen spices, keeping it fresh. Hambang style crispy corn niblets goes like this. Chef Patel, when he was a student at Manipal University, would travel very often to Bangalore. Now, in between, there's a place called Hambang where the guys would stop for a very quick snack. Instead of corn, they used to put peanuts. But when Madras, the restaurant, was being set up, Chef insisted that they should have this on their starters. And what a way to have it. It's so delicious. And do you know that corn happens to be my favorite, which is why I'm using the whole bowl. Also, speaking of Chef Patel, he did promise to teach me how to make the tiger prawns at the live kitchen right here. So, you might want to follow me for this one. Hi, Chef.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
So, you need to learn how to make some prawns today.
Yes, tiger prawns.
Just to give a hint of the flavor of coconut, a little bit of fennel, a little bit of cumin, a little bit of pepper, and now this has to simmer gently for about 15 to 20 minutes.
Okay, alright. So everything cooks then?
Everything cooks, everything softens down, becomes nice and mushy. And then you paste it up and you get a paste like this, which we use for that.
Okay, so our prawns are ready now in 5 minutes.
It'll take 5 minutes.
Okay, great. Also, Chef, now that we're talking about food over here, why don't you tell us a little bit about the menu at Madras?
Right from Goa to Kerala. So that's the entire west southern coast, if you'd like to call it. It encompasses all those states. So that's Goa, Karnataka, but Karnataka more towards Mangalore, Konkan, Karwar, and that region. Tamil Nadu and Kerala. So that's what this cuisine encompasses. And if you see the menu, at least everywhere we have a couple of dishes from there. And we've got that personal touch about the places from where these dishes are inspired from.
Alright, Chef, I'm going to take my table back again and I'm going to wait for the prawns to come.
Done.
But thank you so much again
for
sharing this recipe with us and with our Feeding Frenzy viewers as well. The prawns is just so delicious. The masalas have marinated really well I know the chef knows that I like spice as well. He's added extra spice, which gives it that, you go, and it's so tasty. Now the main course has a wide variety that you can choose from. So today I've decided I want to have the sear fish Alleppey style raw mango curry along with the Kottayam lamb curry, and again sear fish with kare kudi masala, and since I am missing Sunshine Goa, some prawn curry too. The diverse selection gave me a good taste of the flavors which I've missed for so long. I'm combining the curries with roti and appam. The traditional Malayali style appam with vegetable stew reminds me of sitting at the kitchen eating the appam hot from the stove. My Amachi's distinct black tamarind fish curry was replicated by the Alleppey style curry. Well, no fighting here because this meal is all for me. My brother-in-law is Goan, and the aroma of the freshly steamed sannas just brought back the memory of how we would all fight to get the larger slice of the sanna. Until now, I've enjoyed my meal thoroughly. Nothing has been overspiced, so that means I have enjoyed everything without drinking too much water. Now, the Kottayam lamb curry, on the other hand, had the flame factor that I was anticipating throughout my meal. In all, each of the dishes has thoroughly satisfied my hungry belly. The menu also offers a good variety of vegetarian dishes and other main courses that I've not ordered today. Looking at the dessert menu, I'm contemplating where to end my South Indian adventure. Goa has been my third home, after Bangalore and Chennai that is. So it's only fair that I finish off this beautiful meal that I've had today with a dessert from Goa, a local dessert that is, and it's bibenka. Bibenka is made from eggs and involves great amounts of patience to prepare the sweet delight. It's so easy to get wrong that every bite I took made me look closer at the perfection in layering this cake or sorts. About 20 layers in all. Well, it feels like I have gone to Goa for a holiday, stopped at Habankata for a couple of snacks, went over to Bangalore to visit my family and friends, and came back to Chennai, well, to resume work. Madras is definitely traditional when it comes to its cuisine, but it's also so modern. And if you want to escape to this southern part for its cuisine, then you've got to come here. Until then, it's Vanakkam. According to the epic Ramayana, King Darshata offers a special payasam to his 3 wives. Which one of the wife has 2 helpings of it? A. Kausalya, B. Kaikai, or C. Sumitra? Send in your right answers to feedback@ndtv-hindu.com.